And I proudly announce, presenting the catcher of the Cincinnati Reds, one of the greatest players ever to wear a Reds uniform, number 5, Johnny Bench.
Johnny, the next voice you will hear will be a tape recording. This person couldn't be here tonight because he's busy managing another ball club. But he wanted to recall a couple special moments and send his friends.
Well, I have so many fond memories of this guy because he helped put my name on the map. He did more than that. He probably was the one that biggest responsible for it. But two great moments. My first one was in Clearwater, Florida, 1970. We were playing the Phillies, our first exhibition game, and he saddled up alongside of me in left field. He said, "Hey, just relax. This is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot of fun from here on out." That was the first time. The second great moment was he hit the home run against Pittsburgh in the playoffs of '72 to tie it up in the 9th inning, and that still remains my greatest memories of John. But more than that, I think tonight I'll miss it. I'm in Fenway Park, and I'm not going to be there, but I wish I could be in that stadium and nobody even know that I was there and be one of the lucky people, because the people in Cincinnati do not realize how lucky they have been to see the greatest catchers that ever lived and ever will catch again. They will never see it in their lifetime. They have had it in their city. They can be very proud tonight. They can be proud of this man because he was a class person.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, that's the voice of former Reds manager Sparky Anderson. And you know, Sparky mentioned one particular home run.
Johnny, I've called a lot of home runs over the last 13 years, but you certainly had a flair for the dramatic, the one that nobody in this city will ever forget. On that drizzly Wednesday in October of 1972, with the playoffs tied 2 games apiece, and with the Reds batting in the bottom of the 9th inning, and with Pittsburgh leading 3-2, and with Dave Justy on the mound, and Johnny Bench at the plate.
And 2. The line. And a pitch to Bench. Change hit in the air to deep right field. Back goes Clemente. At the fence. He's done. Johnny Bench, who hits almost every home
The man who described that memorable home run with a very memorable description is here with us in person tonight. Let's welcome back the former voice of the Reds, now with ABC Television. Ladies and gentlemen, Al Michaels. John, I think you should know that this man went to no end to be here tonight because he felt it was important enough to be. He got up on the West Coast at 5 o'clock this morning. He flew into Cincinnati. He's got a 7:30 charter flight to Pittsburgh to do a game for ABC tomorrow. Al, that's friendship.
Marty, all I know is that when I first met Johnny and he asked me to be the co-host on his television show in 1971, I heard him sing for the first time, and that's when I thought to myself, I hope this guy can catch. Well, he caught all right. And the greatest thing is you have done everything with such dignity. A man who has redefined a position, the only one of our generation who has done that. Much success. God bless you.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Al Michaels, thank you. Al, the home run in '72. You were not one to get overly excited, but you lost it that day.
It took about 4 years to get my voice back. But it was a marvelous accomplishment, and this man, of course, will be in Cooperstown for a number of reasons, not just that. When you think about all of the dramatic things that have happened in baseball, he did that day. The Reds went on, of course, to win the pennant. As I recall as well, there was a lady by the name of Katie Bench who played a relatively instrumental part in that home run, and I'm sure you remember that too.
Mom wanted a home run for some reason in the 9th inning. I can't imagine why, but she came down to the edge of the fence, and I had known about the spot on my lung, and she knew it too, and she looked down and she said, "Hit one for me." And I sort of smiled and I thought, I wish it were that easy. And Dave Justy on the mound, and of course the call that was just made by Al Michaels, who later on in the Olympics made chills go through us all when the Americans beat the Russians. But it was that kind of chill I just felt again on days like that a lot of us here today experienced, and it was just one of the great times in my life. And of course Al and I working together on the television show was also a great time. And I did one thing, I did teach him all I knew, and of course now he's very successful.
Al, thank you very much.
Just keep in mind, Johnny, there's a spot in that booth waiting for you. God bless.
Johnny, while we're talking about sports announcers, Al Michaels, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome home, Al. Johnny, while we're talking about sports announcers, here's a wire which came in that reads like this. It's my former sportscaster. To Johnny Bench. As a former baseball broadcaster who remains a confirmed fan, I have long been an admirer of your technique and competitive skills. For much of your career, you have been the standard by which other catchers are measured, both at the plate and behind it. The game is going to miss you, and so will I and all your fans. Congratulations on a great career, and best wishes for a wonderful evening. Signed, Ronald Reagan, President of the United States.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome, John.
And we just signed some Easter eggs yesterday for Nancy Reagan that she's going to have at the White House. This is a great honor. As you know, he was quite a pitcher on television, and he's still pitching pretty good.
Thank you, John.
Hey, you know, for a boy from Binger, Oklahoma to come all the way to this, you might be president one day.
No.
Bob?
Thank you, Marty. Now, let's leave baseball for a couple of minutes.
I'd just like to say that you can be very thankful that you were able to hit a baseball a lot better than you were ever able to sing Bad, Bad Leroy Brown.
Johnny, here from Nashville tonight is your good friend of more than 10 years, recording star Bobby Goldsboro.
Hello, how are you? As all of you know, Johnny Bench not only is a baseball player, but he's also a singer. And there's probably not a Johnny Bench fan anywhere that has not, at one time or the other, heard Johnny sing Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. So, I would like to present Johnny with this genuine gold record. It's on the No Hit Records label. And it says, presented to Johnny Bench, not for 1 million sales, but for singing Bad, Bad Leroy Brown 1 million times.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the microphone now, and Johnny is a man who has a reputation as unquestionably baseball's balladeer. Recording star Terry Cashman. Terry will be performing his latest song, and one that I'm sure you all have been hearing a lot on radio stations this past week, entitled One Stop Along the Way.
Queen City has a king. Johnny Bench means everything that's good about our great game of baseball. We're proud to say he played in our town. He never let Cincinnati down. Now there's someone the kids can all look up to. Heroes come and heroes go. Not this man from Oklahoma. We shared Johnny's dream each day, 'cause on the road to Cooperstown, he only made one stop along the way. machine. One of baseball's greatest teams. He was their MVP. The man they all could count on. And though it's sad to say goodbye, the memories of number 5, they'll live as long as baseball in America. Heroes come and heroes go. Not this man from Oklahoma. We shared Johnny's dream each day, 'cause on the road to Cooperstown, he only made one stop along the way.
Where was that?
Cincinnati, right here. Heroes come and heroes go. Not this man from Oklahoma. We shared Johnny's dream each day, 'cause on the road to Cooperstown, he only made one stop along the way. Here's your part now. Join me. Thank you, John, for making Cincinnati the one and only stop along the way.
Next, we near the end of our program for tonight.
Well, Marty, we've heard from just about everybody tonight, although he has put a chip shot in here and there.
Right.
We've heard from family, we've heard from friends, we've heard from the players. What's next to wrap this up?
Well, Bob, what else is there to say that hasn't already been said? Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, one of the greatest players the game of baseball has ever known, Johnny Bench.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all. Thanks to my friends for being here today, for taking the time to come out and join us today. I'm here because I love you. I chose to stay in Cincinnati for one reason. That's because I love this city, I love the fans, and because I was fortunate enough to be a Cincinnati Red. As a young boy from Binger, Oklahoma, I could not believe that I could ever play for a Cincinnati Red, or whatever that was called, when I was 17 years old. But I had to be one of the most fortunate people to ever play this game, to have been selected by Cincinnati, and to have had the opportunity to play with the great players that I have performed with on this field. It has been a labor of love. You fans coming out today in great numbers have all witnessed many things that have happened on this field. And we are all proud of our accomplishments. I think you're here today because you love me and what I represent and who I have represented. I have tried to be the very best ball player that I could for my family, for my friends, and for everybody that paid to get in this park. Some days we don't always accomplish that, but we certainly try. It was easier to do because you were here, because you were in back of us, in back of me. I feel like that you are here because maybe we tried that hard to be that good. we had great respect for baseball. We had great respect for Cincinnati. And I was just one small particle of a great number of teams. I hope that on this board up here at times we have showed some of the players that I have had the opportunity to play with over the past 16 years. I am a very lucky person. I am a very honored person and very grateful person. You have made this day complete. You have made it better than I could have ever written a script for. I thank you so much. My family thanks you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to try like hell to play good for you tonight. Thank you.
Well, as you can hear in the background, Johnny Bench leaving the field and making a tour in a Thunderbird of vintage origin. I guess probably the first Thunderbird that was ever produced by the Ford Motor Company. And they had a big number 5 on the side of it, waving his hands to the 50,000 plus here at Riverfront Stadium this evening on Johnny Bench night. And what a night it's been. Touching night, some humor in it, but certainly a night that Johnny Bench will not ever in his life forget, and I don't think the 50,000 plus people here will ever forget it either. John, I think you can see a tear in his eye, and I'm sure he will. But nevertheless, what a night for Johnny Bench. And now he stands in the back of the convertible and acknowledges the standing ovation here at Riverfront Stadium. Absolutely amazing. I might tell you that Jeff Russell and Mike Madden are throwing in the bullpens, but all the attention on Johnny Bench as he makes the tour around the stadium one more time. For those of you who are listening, as we look between the mound and the second base, the golf balls for each and every home run that John has hit as a Cincinnati Red. One of the interesting banners, I think, is out in left field in foul territory, hanging from the red level, and it spells Bench down the side and says baseball excitement near Cincinnati's heart, and that spells Bench. And John is enjoying the tour. And now he stops right at the on-deck circle of the Reds, out of the car, and heads to the Cincinnati dugout. So John has pointed out he's a little concerned about catching Jeff Russell, not being able to warm him up, and certainly it could be a concern because Jeff throws quite hard. But nevertheless, the festivities are all over now here at Riverfront Stadium. It's time for the game, and knowing Johnny Bench, if there's one thing that would put a cap on the whole evening, would be the Reds' 5th straight win, and certainly the 2nd over the Houston Astros. One away, and Johnny Bench to the plate. John, as we said, walked in the first inning. Johnny Bench night tonight, and boy, to see John produce for that bat like his 12th home run of the year. John has appeared in 104 games, 29 as a pinch hitter. He checks his swing on the breaking ball, and it cost him a strike. Bench in the 104 games he has played has had 75 hits and 302 times to the plate. The 0-1 swung on and hit well to left field. Get out of here, baseball! It's gone! Oh my God! Can you believe it? Johnny Bench has tied it up. Amazing! Absolutely amazing! He makes the tour, and I'll tell you what. You can't write anything like that. Absolutely amazing. I don't believe it. What more can you do to cap an evening off? He is getting a hero's welcome. Well, you would certainly realize that in the Reds bench, but the Astros, some of them on their feet, and this is absolutely amazing. I mean, a line drive. It was one of those no-doubters if it's high enough. And it was high enough. And it's tied 2-2, and John out of the dugout and waving to the fans. My, oh my, oh my. Well, if anyone could write that script, it would be worth a multitude of dollars. Nick Kosaski takes ball 1 from Madden. So it's a 2-2 game. And he did it. Johnny did it. A 1-0. Kosaski lines it into left field. That's a base hit.
Vern Rule goes back to the mound one more time. He is now trying to nail it down for Mike Madden, and if things stay as they are right now, Madden would go 8-4 and get the victory. Jeff Russell would go 3-3 in absorbing the loss. The Reds trail by 1, and in 35 of their 68 victories this season, they have come from behind to win. Since the All-Star break, they're 2 over 500 at 34-32, and well, it would cap off a wonderful evening here at the ballpark to be able to pull this one out. And time is called by manager Bob Lillis as he comes out of the dugout.
And now throws. And that's a strikeout swinging, and that's the ball game. The Reds are out in order in the 9th inning. And the final score as Houston stops Cincinnati's 4-game winning streak. The Astros 4, the Reds 3.